Not too long ago, someone had asked me about why I was now going down the self-publishing path. Um, this person and I were both in the same MFA program together, and they had reached out to me. They don't regularly follow this channel, so they're not like someone that sees this every single day. But they knew what I was doing, and they knew that I was now going to be going down kind of the self-publishing avenue. And they had asked me why, since I had for the longest time been very focused on the more traditional path of publication. And so I kind of explained more about like the what had happened basically over the past 18 months or whatever with the whole, like, with the smaller publisher there, the falling out and the whole deal. But the bigger thing, and I guess the bigger idea that I tried to explain, was that when you're going after something, you have to approach things from a very top-down perspective. And what I mean by that basically is that you need to have your overarching goal at the top, whatever that is. Once you establish that, then anything below that is up for change. You can change all of the smaller things, as long as it's in the pathway to get there. And for me, the top goal, like my overall goal, is simply to write full time. That's the long-term goal. Will I ever get to that position? I don't know. But that is the overarching thing at the top. That is the main objective here. And so anything below that is up to be changed. It's altered. The traditional publication path is simply that. It's a path. It's one avenue that could have worked to maybe get me there. That avenue obviously was closed down for this particular project, and so I decided to take a different one. A lot of people will do the opposite, though. They will always change the overarching goal. They will always change what their main objective is, and never change the little things beneath it, because it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to just set a new course in your life than it is to have to readjust a different path to get to where you're already headed. It's the difference between kind of going with the flow, you know what I mean, as opposed to fighting against it. This particular path could have gone a different way. I could have said, all right, no, my goal no longer now is to just be a self-sufficient writer, someone that does this full time. I could have taken kind of my rejection from the traditional path and said, all right, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to try to be self-sustained writer. We're just going to be a writer with the best books in their trunk, the best undiscovered works. That could happen. I think for a lot of people that is kind of their mentality. Even I've said before that for a while I'd said that I would prefer my work to never be published at all if it wasn't going to be done traditionally. I've said that before. And that's readjusting that's readjusting the big goal, right? Because if your big goal is simply to write full time, you would get your book out in whatever avenue you could. Obviously, you want to go for the one you prefer first. But if plan A doesn't work out, you would go with plan B, then C, whatever A think gets you on that path. Instead, by kind of rejecting that and not going down the self-publishing path, what I would have been doing is I would have said, all right, plan A doesn't work, therefore we're not doing any of this anymore. We're readjusting everything we're going to do. I'm going to set a whole new goal now in my life for my work. No stories ever get published until I get a literary agent, right? Like I will trunk 6, 7, 8 novels to get, and then maybe get an agent, what have you. That could have been one of the options there, but that would have been readjusting everything with my main goal. And so in trying to explain this, always maintain the overall objective. Always have your big dream at the top. Never adjust that, and tinker with everything else to get there. Don't readjust the big things because you don't want to make readjustments to the small things. Don't just take what's thrown at you in life and say, all right, life's pushing me in this direction, we're going to go this direction here, we're going to forget about what everything we care about and everything we were trying to do, because to fight against this, to adjust these small things, requires a lot of effort, especially in the short term. That's more or less why I'm going down this pathway now. And so for you, always keep that in mind. Adjust the little things and not the big things. It's hard. It's hard to do in the beginning. It's a lot of pride swallowing as well, depending upon kind of what pathway. But that's, I think, the best thing you can do is to maintain that objective. Maintain your overall dream. Don't lose that. Don't lose the reason why you started. And simply be willing to try any avenue to still get there.